All right. Hopefully we're good now. Sorry about that. Had some issues, so I had to delay the start of this. But yeah, what is up, everyone, and welcome to the episode 23 of the Random Encounter Podcast. I'm your host, James, and as always, I'm joined by Mike
What's going on, everybody?
and Fan XY.
How's it going?
Yeah, Ash couldn't make it today. Don't know what he's doing, but hopefully everything's good with him. Because he hasn't responded back to me. But yeah, hopefully everything's good with him. Always want to wish the best wishes on everybody. And hopefully everybody had a good Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. If not, hopefully you had a happy holiday weekend there and had some fun. And some people I know weren't having fun because it was pretty cold in other places, including Florida, where it got to as low as like 28 degrees down here, which was crazy. At least in the Tampa area. Um, but
It was
yeah,
wild.
yeah, it was, man. We actually went outside on I think it was Christmas Day. It might have been a day after that. But we went outside and yeah, it was pretty cold. I was kind of cold there.
Yeah, like we went to a Disney cafe for lunch
Nice.
on Christmas Eve, and Man, it was cold.
Yeah.
It was like 38, 40 degrees, and that was like during the day, like 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It was
Yeah.
just yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, and you think about it here. We thought it was cold, but in other places it was like negative, like 20
Oh,
degrees
dude.
and stuff like that. It was
Yeah.
crazy, crazy winter storm. But yeah, we got a bunch of stuff to talk about today, such as Nintendo. They were in the headlines twice this week. Some positive and some negative. We're gonna talk about that, because they both have to do with some hardware, as well as some indie games and our thoughts on what we are hoping for in 2023 in terms of gaming. Because I think there's a bright year for 2023. It might actually be the best year in gaming history, honestly, if everything comes out like they're supposed to. But before we get into that, I'd
Hey,
like to
Gav.
thank all I'd like to thank all subscribers on YouTube and all followers on Twitch. We really do appreciate you joining us. It does help us move forward and continues moving forward with the podcast. Um, you know, Once again, don't forget, go ahead and share the channel. Let all these people know that we do a podcast weekly. Typically it's every Sunday, but because of the holiday weekend that we've had, because of Christmas and New Year's, we did Friday. But starting next week, we'll be back to our normal schedule of Sunday. I do also want to let you know that the schedule will change in terms of like how we're streaming. We will not be streaming anymore from Tuesday through Friday. Instead, it's going to be, I believe what Mike we agreed on, Wednesday through Friday, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll be doing Wednesday through Friday for now on, where Friday will be the group stream, and then Wednesday will be like my solo stream. Thursday will be Mike's. So we'll be doing that from now on. It gives me an extra day to kind of like, me and Mike rather, an extra day to kind of work on our YouTube videos, our YouTube content to get that going, because it's a lot of work between streaming and editing videos and making the videos and all that. It does take time, so we are trying to get at least that extra day to be able to do that. But we will be streaming, was that 3 days a week now, and we will have the podcast every Sunday, at 8 o'clock. So definitely we'll continue doing the podcast on Sunday because I think it's the best time. It's great to have a lineup of all the news to talk about at the start of the following week there. But without further ado, let's dive in. Let's start with what we've been playing. Mike, what you been playing?
Oh well, I just beat God of War, so
Nice.
I haven't finally, yeah, and
We're gonna have your reaction, or not your reaction, but your like, I guess, review video about it. Or
yeah,
thought.
yeah, I'm gonna make one.
Okay.
I just dropped sent James 2 videos. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I was working on. Now I'll probably do like a God of War reaction that's full of spoilers because honestly, I'm kind of disappointed, man. So like, you know what I mean? Like I'm like so I'll definitely do something about that. But other than that, I've just been playing Persona 5 and I'm probably gonna start something else here soon. I'm
Nice.
thinking I might start playing High on Life, see what
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
about.
What about you, fan? What you been playing?
Oh, I mean, I still need to finish all the games I've been playing, but I did just start The Witcher 3 since that new update came out
Mm-hmm.
because I wanted to test out my new streaming setup with two PCs. And so far the game wasn't too bad. It was interesting. Don't know if I'll keep streaming it. It was just kind of a test run.
Oh,
I might have, but that was one new game that I started playing.
How's the
nice.
setup working?
Pretty good so far. I got to figure out the weird audio issue I'm having. But other than that, everything else seems to be good.
Oh,
Nice. And apologies if I look away from the screen because I'm actually looking up because I changed a setting in the streaming to see if it helps out some. So I'm just making sure that the stream is still doing good. So far it looks good. I mean, the real test will be, when we do our group stream, when we start streaming the game, if it holds up. Yeah, as far as me, so I finally started Chained Echoes, and man,
is it good?
yes, it is
Yes,
loving
that's what I
it.
want to
Like
hear.
right away from the beginning, I'm like, yeah, this feels like so much like an old school RPG, and I'm loving it. The music is great. Everybody knows that I'm huge on the video game music, and especially in RPGs. Like, for it to be a good RPG, you have to have good music. If you don't have good music, like you're not a good RPG. I'm sorry, but you're not. So you gotta have good music, and it definitely does. It does it well. It does the music well. The RPG mechanics are very fun. I think they made it where it's easy to get into. but hard to master, if that makes sense.
Right.
So like, I already fought like the first boss. It was pretty simple because, most of the beginning is like a tutorial on how to play. But so far I am liking the mechanics and how it plays. I do like the art style. Story seems pretty interesting. They kind of throw like a Chrono Trigger nod right there in the beginning. But they have like a little bit of a twist to it. So I'm liking it. Like I highly recommend if you want a good old school JRPG, something from like the Super Nintendo era. Like it's good. Honestly, it might be one of my top games of the year. Honestly, like
For real.
I should
Okay.
have
I'm
played
gonna
it
check it
earlier,
out. Are you playing
but
it on Game Pass or you buy it?
I decided to play it on Game Pass. Like I was like, what? I'm paying for Game Pass. Why don't I just do the cloud streaming? And
Does it
I
work
was
good?
like, yeah, it works great. I had like a little bit of artifacting in the beginning where the text was like all wonky, but then it kind of fixed itself after a while. But yeah, so far like no like audio issues, no like lag on the inputs or anything like that. So works good so far.
I'm gonna have to test that out because I just did a mesh system in my house,
Yeah.
so like I'm gonna see how it works.
Nice. Yeah, it should work good because like that fixed all my issues that I had with with the cloud gaming and stuff like that. So with the mesh system,
So
it,
before we move on, I have one
yeah,
question for you, bro.
yeah,
So if there was a game that had the best story, best mechanics, best characters,
yeah.
best everything, but the music sucked, it wouldn't be a JRPG to you? Like,
Uh, I mean,
like
honestly,
everything was just 10 out of 10, and the music was just bad. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
mean,
like it was
yeah,
just
it's
horrendous, dude.
yeah,
Like,
because like I can't tell you, like I can't think of one JRPG that has bad music, right? I mean, some people argue that Dragon Quest has bad music, but I think you
it's
kind of
okay.
have to
It's
like
not the best.
exactly because it's classic orchestra. So if you don't like classic orchestra, you're not gonna like Dragon Quest music. But like,
Right.
I think of like Legend of Dragoon. The music is all catchy. It's nice. I
And
mean,
that's one game I want them to remake.
yeah.
Right.
Persona. All the Persona music is like really chill and like each Persona has like Persona 3 had its own style of music.
I
Persona 4
I
had its
like
own
their
style.
music, like the upbeat music that they
Yeah,
have. Like, yeah, it's dope. It's
exactly.
different for a JRPG, that's for sure.
Exactly. What else? Final Fantasies. Like we all know Final Fantasy has good music. Like every Final Fantasy has great music.
I'm gonna
Um,
try to find a game like I described and send it to you and see what you
yeah,
think.
a
Like, I'm gonna
JRPG
look
game.
for
Yeah. I mean,
with
yeah,
terrible
even games
music,
like
but it's good.
Legend of
Name
Legaia was great.
name that
Wild
tune.
Arms. Yeah.
Games edition.
Wild Arms also had good music. I mean, I can't name one JRPG that doesn't have good music, honestly. Like if you find
Right.
one, let me know. I would like to I'm interested in finding that out, but like
Yeah.
I can't think of one JRPG that has bad music. Man, now you're gonna have me put me on a mission. I'm gonna start going through just looking
I'm
through
gonna look too and I'm
soundtracks.
gonna see.
Sounds like a video idea right there.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
You
there
can
you go. Yeah.
top
you can
10
do like a
worst
no, just do a
JRPG song.
like a
Yeah.
three on like a 3v3. Like
Hmm.
your top three, top lows, like top three and worst three.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I tell you, I want to do
Yeah.
like a name that tune like video, but it's like how many other people are super into like video game music, you know?
I- I'm into it. I like it. It sounds nice, but
Mhm.
like, be like, hey, I can't tell you who made it. I can't tell you, you know what I mean, and
Well, it'll
stuff
be
like
like
that.
not,
Like,
yeah, it won't be like who like yeah made this song. It's more like
What game is it
yeah,
from?
what game is
Right.
it
yeah.
from,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Even
Well,
then, bro, because I listen to a lot of lo-fi in the background,
yeah,
oh
so
yeah.
it all kind of like meshes together eventually, and it's like, damn, where did I hear that? You know, because I sometimes I listen to lo-fi while I'm gaming, even
yeah,
like if I'm playing Destiny or like something like that, I'll put it on like in the background, kind
yeah,
of. So like if you play it too, and I'll be like, where did I hear that? You know what I mean? Because
yeah.
it's like it all sounds the same.
Yeah, not to me, man. Like I have to play. I like game audio, right? Because I think they, composers, right? They do a lot of. Or part of it, I'm a musician, right? So I play the bass, play the drums, and know a little bit the keyboard. So I really love music, and when I listen to video game music, I'm like, these people worked hard at it. But sometimes like some music is just like this is kind of boring. Like I don't
Yeah.
get what's great about it. And it kind of takes you out of the mood, right? Because like you expect when you fight a boss, you have this epic song going out, going crazy. Like the Final Fantasy 14 music director, what's his name? I can't believe I forgot his name.
Nobuo Uematsu or whatever.
No,
Isn't that him? No.
no, it's somebody else who does it. Dang it. Anyways, his boss music is just amazing. It's like a mixture of like rock and like like J-pop and stuff like that. Like, and it's amazing music. Like, if they put that music in Final Fantasy 16, it's gonna be great. It's a nice evolution of what like the Genova theme was and things like that, right? How they had like a rock type of feel to it. It's kind of a nice
Right.
evolution to that. But like, if you ever listen to Final Fantasy 14 music, it's pretty crazy. Like, you got from like, traditional Final Fantasy music, and then you go into like this rock, like some of it's heavy metal, some of it's just like pop, like a little bit of everything. But it's great. Yeah, we're getting sidetracked by that. But yeah,
No, you're good.
but yeah, Chain Echoes, highly recommend it. If you haven't played it, definitely play it. I think it's a really great indie RPG, and I have other thoughts on indie games actually. And actually we're gonna go into that.
Yeah, but how
Real
did you
quick.
find how did you find that game again? How did you find that game
I
again?
found it from your video. Yeah, if you haven't watched it,
Oh,
Mike's
everyone
December
should check it
video.
out.
Yep, Mike's December video. Put it out there. Watch all his videos. We'll have another one coming up tomorrow. Where he gives his we kind of shortened the list to like a top 10, and plus extras and stuff like that. So definitely take a look at that. It's a top 10 list of the games to kind of look out for, because it's gonna get crazy and there's gonna be a ton of games, and we're just not gonna be able. Well, he's not gonna be able to mention every game, because some of the
Well,
games
it's
might
a
be
lot.
boring.
It's a lot. It'll be like a 30, 40-minute video some of these months, dude.
Exactly.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Well, yeah. Some of the videos already were like in that 25-minute, 30-minute
Yeah.
range. So a top 10, I think is great. Just picking out the ones that kind of stick out, and like I recommend watch the video, because there's games that he's mentioned. Like, wow, I didn't know that. Like, that looks cool. Like, even in this one, what's that one? Vengeful something.
Oh,
That you mentioned.
it's Vengeance Guardian Moonrider.
Yes, Vengeful. Yes.
Yeah,
Like, I saw that. I was like,
yeah.
man, like this game looks dope. I'm here like putting the trailer and like editing the footage on there. I was like, man, this game might be on my list. I did not know that game was coming out. So
It caught me by surprise because I'm like, yo, that literally looks like old school like Mega Man, like you know what I
exactly.
mean, like kind of like.
Exactly. I thought so too. So definitely check out his video every month. He has a video every month where he goes ahead and shows out some games out there, and you'll be surprised. There's a lot of games out there. They're amazing. Chain Deckles was one of them for sure.
That you wouldn't even know are there, man. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
exactly. I did not know that existed until you put that there. So oh, and for those of you watching, I do have a poll up on YouTube if you want to answer it. The poll is, what game are you looking forward to the most in 2023? There are 4 options there. If you guys can just slide over to our YouTube channel and answer that, we'll greatly appreciate it. Because I'm interested to know.
Yo, shoe said our names are off, and they are off on the stream.
Oh yeah, you're right. Whoops. Thanks for doing that. Yeah. I got. Let me go ahead and move that around real quick. Where did you see that on? Where's he on?
YouTube.
Why am I not getting the YouTube notifications? That's weird.
Hmm.
Yeah. Good thing for catching that. Oh, Shu said that's also how you found it. And yeah, Sulkin was the guy from Final Fantasy 14. Yeah. My fault. I wasn't ignoring you. For some reason I wasn't getting the YouTube notifications though. Or like
Mike
the chat.
James.
Yeah, I gotta figure out why that's not happening. I refreshed the chat too and everything. And I am not getting
Because nothing ever works, bro.
it never
Everything's
does.
just broken, dude.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna have to pull it up on a different screen. Hold on. There we go. I'll put it on this screen and I can see the chat there. Oh, hold on. I don't want the video there. There we go. There we go. I have the chat here. It's a little bit easier. So yeah, if you can go ahead on YouTube and just go ahead and respond to that poll. Let me know what are the top games you are looking for. I already actually put my result there.
So did I.
You put yours? Nice. Let me see.
What's it at right now? Because I'm pretty sure everyone shows the same thing.
Yeah, 4 votes and everybody's at Tears of the Kingdom. I was like, is this even a contest there? So
I mean, I'm excited for a lot of games, but honestly, that's probably like number one. Because like once that comes out, I'm dropping everything just to play that.
Yeah, I agree. Like when that comes out, that's the game I'm most excited for. Final Fantasy 16 is close for me, but I mean, it's Zelda. You can't go wrong with a Zelda game. Even like you said, even the worst. You said it in your video. Even the worst Zelda game is like better than a lot of other games out there.
Yeah, bro.
Like Skyward Sword,
Right.
I enjoyed it. They fixed it on the Switch, and I enjoyed it. I didn't like the Wii version, maybe because I didn't like the motion controls, but the Switch version I thought was great.
I haven't played it. I heard they fixed a lot of stuff though. It was on
Mhm.
sale for like 20 or $30 during Black Friday, but I just forgot to pick it up.
I'd recommend it. Like that was the last one. I even got the Joy Cons because I love it. But like I played it on Switch and I was like really into it. And I enjoyed it. Like it's definitely probably not my favorite Zelda game, but it's still a very fun game, right? Like
Right.
I think like the worst Zelda game is still better than some of like the worst Final Fantasy games. Like
Yeah.
Skyward Sword being the worst Zelda game is still way better than like Final Fantasy 13 and 15. So it's like,
Oh yeah.
you
Yeah, I
know,
agree.
I
Our
highly
Swords
recommend.
considered the worst Zelda game.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's technically it's that one that Capcom made or whatever. I
Which
think it
one?
was Capcom for the Wand of Gamelon or whatever it's called.
Oh, the
Like,
CDI version.
That's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
a
yeah,
yeah.
that's not a real
We don't
Zelda game. That
we
doesn't
don't talk
count.
yeah,
about
yeah,
that.
yeah,
No, because
That's from an alternate reality.
yeah, for
it's funny.
real, dude.
Capcom actually has some of the best Zelda games with the Oracle games and Minish Cap. You
Yeah, they
know,
Yeah.
made good ones, but I'm surprised they let them make games after that one because I'm pretty sure it was Capcom that made Wand of Gamelon.
was it? Yeah, I don't know if it was.
I
Yeah,
know it was made on the CDI, which was Panasonic owned, but I don't know who
yeah,
the developer was.
Hold on,
Uh,
because I
that'd be interesting. But yeah, like I said, go ahead over to
yeah,
our YouTube channel. Go ahead and vote on that while you're
no, it
searching.
was developed by Animation Magic, whoever the hell they are.
okay, I
Yes,
thought it was Capcom.
yeah, they're not around no more. That's probably why.
Uh, bro, oh my god, bro! I wish I could share my screen. The graphics on this are ridiculous, dude.
I
Oh
mean,
my Oh, I'm gonna move my camera over real quick just so you can see.
Yeah,
That's a
it's
Zelda
so
game.
bad. Yeah, I actually watched a streamer play this
Oh my
game. It
God.
was torture for them. It was so hard.
oh man,
Crazy.
that's horrible. It looks like troll art or something like that. You know, like
For
the
real, dude.
Yeah.
what is it, Microsoft Paint or something like.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's oh my god.
But yeah, while we're on the topic of indie games, it's just I wanted to this is not like a main topic for us, but I kind of wanted to talk about this a little bit. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night developers are preparing for a 2023 announcement. According to an article in Nintendo Life, they stated that they're finishing on the final updates of Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. For those of you who don't know what Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is, it's basically Castlevania. It's made by the creator of Castlevania. What's his name? Iga something. Um,
I heard the game was kind of mediocre though, right? Didn't it
uh,
like
no, it was
or no the
good. There was
performance
issues.
issues on the
Yeah,
Switch, yeah.
there was performance issues on the Switch which they fixed. But it was a good game. Like it was a great Castlevania game. Honestly, it's Symphony of the Night, just different. If you play through the game, it literally just captures that. But like there's some stuff that they haven't finished with the game. Like they had promised from a trailer like almost like 2 years ago that it was supposed to have co-op, and co-op is still not in the game, which is crazy. But they're trying to push that final update to introduce like co-op, and they kind of hinted that they're gonna go ahead and they want to announce something on 2023. And I know they've started development on Bloodstained Ritual of the Night 2. So I'm assuming that's probably what they're gonna want to announce. But real reason I want to bring this up is, and it's kind of like something that Mike kind of got me into, is these indie developers actually going pretty hard into game developer. Like honestly, like for me back then, like and back then being like 5 years, maybe even 10 years ago, when I thought of an indie game, I thought of like, the game's not really that great. But like a lot of these indie games are amazing. Chained Echoes being one. The Messenger is amazing. Dead Cells is amazing. Like
Yep.
Golf Story, which
Hades.
Mike says you got Hades.
Yep.
Are these
Stray was one of the best selling games of the year. That's an indie studio, dude.
yeah, and it's like, are indie developers like, I guess, what would you classify an indie developer as? Because I know they're like private studios or like solo studios, but like I feel like these
They're doing
games
better
are.
than these large companies, man.
Yes, that's what
I
I'm trying to
think
get at. Like I can't
Yeah.
get the words out, but that's what I'm trying to get at there.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I think
I think the problem is like the developers that are like from these big name companies, They just like, we have a formula, we stick to it. They're not taking risk,
Yeah.
right? They know like this is gonna
Exactly,
sell.
dude.
Indie developers, it's like we live or die by the game.
Yeah.
So they put all this
It's
innovation
passion
and all the story. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's pretty much what it is. I mean,
because
it's what's that saying? Like, you either die the hero or you live long enough to be, to become the villain.
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly, and then that's kind of what it is. Like the indie developers are the heroes, and these big game developers, they used to be the heroes, but
Now
they've
they're
just lasted so long that now they're just part of the corporate wheel.
Well, yeah, they just got greedy, dude. That's the thing. They're so scared on losing money. And I understand AAA video games are a huge risk and a huge investment, but that's why you got into it. You know what I mean? It's for creativity. It is art.
yeah.
Like, and people like AAA games, like I just beat God of War, and no spoilers yet, but like it's one of the most underwhelming endings I've experienced in recent memory.
I heard you talking about that yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, like and like they literally took zero risk in that, like you know what I mean, in that field, like story wise, because they were so scared of upsetting their fan base. You know what I mean? Whereas indie games, you don't really have that. You know what I mean? Like, because some indie games like literally like do whatever they want, and that's why I appreciate like indie games.
Yeah.
I will have to say the what Super Giant, the one that made Hades,
Mm-hmm.
since they're coming up with a sequel, Hades
Yeah.
2. I'm kind of interested to see how that game goes.
That's
Yeah,
their
Same.
if they're just gonna rehash the same thing, or if they're gonna add some form of innovation or some changes to the games, the gameplay.
That's a good point because they just
Yeah.
might be rehashing.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say because that's the
I'm
first
hoping they
sequel
don't.
they've done. 'Cause
Yeah,
they've
that's the
had
first sequel.
Bastion, they had Transistor, they had Hades, and there's something else they had I thought before Hades. I might be wrong. But yeah, I mean, they've always had like original ideas, and this is the first sequel game they've done, so it's gonna be interesting to see like what are they gonna do with that. But yeah, like indie games, like again, like Chained Echoes, like playing that, like wow, this is a great game. Like it's what we like about old school JRPGs, and they went through with it. And part of it's probably the price point that they're at, right? Like that $25 price point kind of helps it. But at the same time, it's just a game so far. Like the story right away, I'm like, oh wow, I'm interested. Like literally, I'm with this game. The first like 15 minutes, I was more interested in that than I was interested in Octopath Traveler. And Octopath Traveler, in my
Right.
opinion, has a better art style. But like, it really got me hooked right away. I was like, okay, this is interesting. I see where they're going. Like, it's kind of like your generic JRPG, but they have a twist on it. Like you see the opening, right? And the opening scene is literally Chrono Trigger, but then they put a twist on it. Like, okay, I see what you did there. Um, but yeah, like the Messenger again, that's supposed to be like Ninja Gaiden, but it's very fun. They add their own mechanics to it, and then next thing you know, they have a game that's a prequel to the Messenger, which is Sea of Stars coming out, and that's like Chrono Trigger, but like they're inspired by what these great games, but they're doing like their own thing at the same time, and it means a lot, and it brings the fun back in gaming. There's even other games like Hades, right? Their original kind of Dead Cells, another one is original, that they bring something that like the big guys are not doing. Like you're saying, like the big guys are not taking risks, and it feels stale, or every game feels the same, or right? Like there's so many open world games out there, like wow, this all feels the same. I've done this before. I've climbed this tower before, right? The Ubisoft towers in every game.
That's why open world games suck now, dude. It's like because it's
Yep.
like there's too many now. I don't have 300 hours to like go explore your world, dude. I'm
Yep.
sorry. Like the most I have is like 50. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
after 50, like Elden Ring was an exception because Elden Ring was great.
Yeah.
Sorry, this computer keeps rebooting. That's why I'm over here.
Yeah. No, you're good. Yeah, it's just stuff like that. It's kind of weird. It's like why aren't more AAA developers going back to their roots? And I feel like Final Fantasy 16 is kind of that, but not really. Dragon Quest, I feel like does great because they stick to their roots. The developer of Dragon Quest is kind of like, this is my way of doing things. I'm gonna continue doing it, and I love Dragon Quest 11 because it had that old
It
school
also has a good
JRPG.
story.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the thing. The story like is part of it.
Yeah, and I think some stories sometimes are like you said, they play it too safe, or they're afraid to do tropes, and and because they don't want to do tropes, the story starts going downhill because they're like, no, I don't want to do that. Where I think like Dragon Quest 11 as an example again, they stick to like that JRPG trope, but they do it well and it's still interesting. And like not only that, I'm a sucker for like time travel, which is part of the reason I love Chrono Trigger and like Chrono Cross. But Dragon Quest 11 also has time travel, and they do it great as well. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about a little bit about indies there. Bloodstained, really loved it. Castlevania. Fun fact, I think it was like last year I got into Castlevania. I bought the I forgot the collection that comes with Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night, and I was hooked after that. Bought the Castlevania collection, bought the Castlevania Advance collection, and yeah, then I got lost into that whole loop there. Amazing games, love them. I still refuse to say Metroidvania. I like to say Metroid-like because Symphony of the Night came out after Super Metroid, and Super Metroid is and even the original Metroid is what created Metroidvania, right? So it's Metroid-likes, not Metroidvania. Fight me on that if you want, but it will always be Metroid-likes to me. So to some of the bigger news, a leaked image of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Switch OLED surface. According to Nintendo Life again, reports show that on a Chinese message board, they leaked pictures of that. And actually, let me see if I can put that up there. I'm gonna go ahead and share that real quick.
It looks dope if it's true.
Yeah, I mean, I'm upset at that because I was like, nah, they're not gonna do like a special edition like Switch OLED for that. Like, why would they do that? And then sure enough, now you have this leak, and if this leak is true, man, I'm upset because I already have a Switch OLED.
I don't, but I probably won't get one.
Yeah,
maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see.
Did you take a look at it, fan?
The Tears of the Kingdom special edition.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I saw some pictures of it. I don't know. I mean, it looks kind of cool. I don't know if I'll get it because I'm not into buying the consoles just to have it as a collection. The dock looks cool, but I mean
I'll
never see the dock
if it's not like $400. It's gonna be like $400 because it's gonna come with the game. I guarantee
it may not. I mean,
so real quick, I am not gonna show it because just in case if it is real, I do not want to get struck by Nintendo. So I just thought about that. I was like, maybe I shouldn't show it.
Don't show it.
Yeah, but like if you go to Nintendo Life's website, they have the screenshots there, and it looks dope. Like I like the color scheme of it. It's like gold and green. The Joy-Cons are golden green. I mean, the dock is like white with like gold symbols. I mean, if it's real and it looks real because they got like packaging there, they open it and you can see the Joy-Cons, which I feel like that early. Like the game doesn't come out till like another 5 months.
Yeah, but you got to think about the production chain.
That's true.
It probably took them like a year to build enough in order to ship out. Maybe more.
Yeah,
because all this stuff's in the pipeline for a long, long time before like we know about it.
That's true. I mean, I guess
go ahead. If anything, I'll buy the Joy-Cons. If they sell the Joy-Cons, I'll buy the Joy-Cons because I did that for the Skyward Sword.
Yeah,
you can never have enough Joy-Cons. Those things always break.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt they'll sell the Joy-Con separate because like the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Switch look pretty dope, and they're not selling those separate.
I know, that's too bad.
Yeah, but I would love to have it, honestly. Like, I love Zelda, so any amiibos they come out with, I'm probably gonna buy it. Because again, I'm a huge Zelda fan and I love Zelda. But yeah, that was some interesting stuff there to see. Honestly, I probably won't buy it because money, right? I'd rather spend my money, somewhere else, but it'll be nice to have. I guess we'll see when the time comes. But yeah, in other Switch news, now this report is a little bit more interesting. Digital Foundry reported that it seems like the Switch Pro, which was rumored for years, right? There was year after year saying the Switch Pro was going to be announced. Apparently, Nintendo canceled the Switch Pro. First off, is it canceled if it probably never existed? Right? Like,
probably canceled the rumors.
maybe, right?
But
I mean, I'm
yeah,
I'm
because
thinking they probably had the idea of doing it, but then with the whole chip shortage, they probably scrapped it, and then
Mm.
they're probably
you
just gonna
know,
do a Switch 2 instead of an
yeah,
upgrade.
Yeah.
They're probably just
yeah,
gonna make a new
because
console.
because I bet the OLED was supposed to be the Pro, but then with all the chip stuff going on, like, all right, well, the best we can do is just do a minor upgrade,
Yeah.
not retool the entire chipset.
Well, yeah, and apparently, I think it was Bloomberg that said that the Switch OLED was supposed to be the Switch Pro, but they had to make a last minute decision to not go ahead and like put in a more powerful chip, which is why like the firmware, the dock on the Switch OLED can be updated and stuff like that, but none of the other docks can be updated, um, which is weird. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think the Switch Pro was a thing, and they probably were just like, well, we're probably doing all these changes anyways. We might as well just come out like with Switch 2. And it's weird. And according to like, Digital Foundry, it's rumor now the new Switch might not come out till like 2024 or 2025. Like, do you guys think that's too late for a revision for a Switch?
No,
2024, 2025.
Yeah.
Nah, not if they had it in the back burner already.
Yeah.
Because if
if
they
they
were
if
just
they already
gonna
had
do
the
a slight
plans,
upgrade,
yeah,
yeah,
if the Switch OLED was originally supposed to be the Pro, they already had some type of plans or a roadmap in place. All they're doing is just adding another year or two to that to make sure it can survive.
Mm-hmm. Now, what would you guys want from a Switch 2, I guess?
better
Like,
graphics.
okay, what else?
Stable frame rate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that too.
That's gonna be the biggest thing for me. It's just stable
Steam
frame rate.
Deck, but Nintendo. Pretty
Yeah.
much. That pretty much sums it out.
Okay.
To be able to actually run games and not have to play them on cloud in order to run it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if they could have done the whole Kingdom Hearts
Mm-hmm.
on it without cloud,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was they could have too. I don't know
yeah,
why they did that.
I
That
don't
was a
know.
mistake.
Oh,
Or
it
if they
could
could
have.
have played
Yeah.
if it can play Control like on it instead of the cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
much is better hardware for better capability. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, pretty much
I'm
like Steam Deck but Nintendo.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not expecting like 4K or like even 1080 at 120. Just you can give me 1080, just make it run stable at like 30 or 60 frames.
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
Maybe
I
like,
say
30
60.
handheld, 60 docked.
I think it's not out of the realm of possibility to ask for a 1080p at 60.
Yeah.
I think that should be fine.
in portable, you think so? Because like the Steam Deck can do it like on older games, but like Final Fantasy 7 Remake, it can't run that at 60. You have to like put it
Right.
at you have to put it at
A higher
40,
TDP,
40
yeah.
frames.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and a
you
higher
got to think
TDP
too.
Yeah.
Steam Deck came out like this year.
Yeah.
So it's probably using hardware that's probably also like 4 or 5 years
Mm-hmm.
older. You know what I mean? Like, because that's when they probably started like developing it. So if they make a Switch now, it would be using hardware that's like more recent than the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
And especially if
my-
they're already using FSR, then maybe they'll switch to an AMD chiplets style mobile
Yeah.
processor. Who knows? Because I mean,
Yeah,
right
if
now
it-
they're using Tegra, and it's just
Yeah.
meh.
Well, I think it's rumored that with that the Switch Pro, right, or whatever, like Nvidia is working on the next generation chip for Nintendo. Because I think there was like a couple of like job listings and things like that that showed that they're working on a new APU, or not an APU, but like ARM based chip for Nintendo. So like I feel like that's also like part of the issues that they're having is developers are now having to figure out how to transition these games that are x86 based to ARM, right? So like there's a lot of differences where everybody's so used to PC, Xbox, and PlayStation that run off of x86, and Nintendo is kind of like alone in ARM outside of like phone and tablets. So like that might be the other issue. I guess maybe not, because yeah, maybe not, because there's some pretty demanding games on phone devices. Like you can get like Trials of Mana, and it runs and looks better on your phone than it does on a Switch. So yeah, maybe not. Like Genshin Impact, right? Genshin Impact's available on phones, and it's still not available on Switch. So yeah, I guess maybe not. Maybe developers are not. I don't know. It's interesting to see, but one thing that I'm surprised you guys didn't mention is backwards compatibility. Like
Oh yeah, that too.
that would
I
be
think
like the most important thing in my opinion is backwards
I think my hope
compatibility.
is just dead. Like for like
Yeah.
any kind of, like with Nintendo, bro.
Yeah.
Like they've had what 6 years to make a virtual console,
And they
and instead they
haven't.
make an online subscription.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on, bro.
But
Like
most of the consoles they've come out have been backwards compatible. Like
Yep.
the Wii was backwards compatible to GameCube. Wii U was backwards compatible to
The
Wii.
Wii. Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's not a stretch to assume the next console from
Yeah.
Nintendo will be backwards compatible to the Switch.
Yeah. Game Boy
I think
Advance
that's
and Game Boy DS to Game
Exactly.
Boy
I think
Advance.
it's the
Yeah.
only way to get physical. The chip that they have or whatever, like the micro SD card that they use, is probably the only way to get like games into a portable device physically.
Yeah. You mean
So I'm
like
sure,
the cartridge?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, part of the reason I know that like the Switch games are also more expensive because the cartridges cost more than like the Blu-rays on like consoles.
Yeah,
because
it's a unique manufacturing.
correct. But like I wouldn't mind if they continue using that if my games will continue to be backwards compatible.
Bro, I don't understand why they do unique manufacturing when you literally have micro SD cards, dude. Like you can literally use a micro SD card for
That's
this because
true.
it has fast transfer speeds and everything. Like
Their
so,
main concern is pirating. I mean,
Yeah,
even though it
that's
already
true.
happens,
of
that's their main
course,
concern. Yeah.
it's everyone's main concern.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
pirating, and then it happens anyway. So it's
Yep.
like like you lost anyway,
You
like
might
before you even started. So
Yeah. That's true because the micro SD, if you can just buy like a micro SD card and pop it in, you have a separate micro SD slot for the games. They would, you'll get faster load speeds and stuff like that, and it'll be a lot cheaper. But I think part of it's like, piracy. The other part is money.
but you
Since
could, I mean, yeah.
I mean, actually, if you think
But
about it, Nintendo probably actually would save more money on the manufacturing if they went with a more known like manufacturing process.
yeah, because they would
But
just have to ask
but the
SanDisk or
yeah,
PNY or you know what I mean, like to allocate a certain amount of cartridges for them.
yeah. But I assume since they make a specific style and it's their own manufacturing, when developers want to put the game on one of those carts, they get a higher cut.
they do, yeah, that's exactly
So
what it is.
it's just greed, bro.
Yeah.
It's just greed because you can buy like a 256 micro SD card for like $30. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like you don't even need that
Yeah.
much for a
And it'll
game. You
probably
know what I
cost like
mean?
pennies when you buy them in bulk.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's true. I mean, yeah, I guess like my biggest thing is definitely backwards compatibility. Like let the games that I bought both digitally and physically be able to be used. I don't even care if they get upscaled or whatever, but like they play better. I just want to be able to use them. Which I hope Nintendo will do, but we'll see because this Nintendo is a different Nintendo. Um,
Yeah. It's a
y-
way different Nintendo,
yeah.
dude.
Integrated like voice chat into the console itself. And I hate to say this because I was always like, who needs this? But it does make certain games a little bit more fun, like an achievement system. I never really care about trophies or achievements, but they do make games a little bit more fun. Like sometimes when I get an achievement, it's like, oh, that's cool. I got an achievement from, beating up this guy and making him fly in the air or something like that. Like I do kind of like that.
I never pay attention to achievements, bro. Sometimes I do, like
Yeah.
depending on the achievement, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it depends
They've
on the
just always
game.
been there.
Yeah, it depends on the game. Like if I really like a game and I want to continue playing it, like Ghost of Tsushima, I remember I got to the point where I was trying to, get the achievements there because I really
They
Yeah.
do have some type of like point thing, but it only goes to like your Nintendo Online
yeah,
little thing. Like if you buy a game, you can get these points that you can redeem and like get certain like icons and stuff like that or
yeah,
profile pages. I mean, it'd be nice, yeah, if you get the achievement like you're talking about, and all it really is just like a custom profile for your well, yeah, your user
yeah,
on your Switch Online account, which I'd be fine with that too. Like if they had a little frame, like a custom frame that you can get just for
yeah.
getting that achievement.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
Mm. But I mean,
uh,
who else is going to see it but you and your friends,
yeah. Well, the icons you're
right?
talking about or the
Yeah.
achievements?
No, well, I mean, like if you get an achievement, you
Hmm.
can change your profile with like a custom frame or a custom picture,
Yeah.
and that's your achievement. Like that's how you know, like, hey,
Oh,
this
I get
person
what
did
you're saying,
this.
like the Nintendo points and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you get them from like they'll have like tasks like play, like I think I'm not sure if it's still up, but it was like play Ocarina of Time, Kirby 64, and something else on Nintendo Online, and you get
yeah.
like points, and then with that you can redeem it for the things. Cause yeah, I always buy the icons.
Yeah, but
I
just
guess they're
make
pretty
more
cool.
of those, but make it to where they're actual like achievements where you
Yeah.
don't have to like get points to purchase it. You just
Yeah.
like, you know, just another
X
tree to that thing.
Xbox used to do that. I'm surprised they stopped. Mike might
Yeah.
remember this. Remember when like you would get an achievement, like Halo 3 had a couple where you got an achievement, you get like a
Or your
wallpaper,
avatar.
yeah, or
Yeah,
avatar
like and
stuff.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And then they just stopped.
When the Microsoft everyone became greedy, bro.
Yeah.
I hate gaming in this day and age, dude. It's all about money, dude.
Yep.
Like
It's more so
why
than ever, right? Like I
but it's
feel
like it's one of those things, it's like why give it away for free when you can just charge and people will buy it anyway.
yep. Uh what was it? I saw like a post somewhere. I think it was on Reddit where it was something about like what was it? Like how they charge stuff. Like it's like I guess somebody was saying like all of it started with the horse armor, which I don't know where that's from. I'm assuming
Oblivion.
Skyrim. Okay, Oblivion.
Oh, Oblivion, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I was like, it had to be an
It
Elder
was a
Scrolls
big
game.
deal.
Yeah, because like you had to pay for horse armor, and then next thing you know, everything has it. Like it was ridiculous. If you remember back then, like Capcom, for example, they got in trouble because they were locking DLC that was already developed and they were already in the disc. And people will get will data mine like the Blu-ray disc, and they'll see like these characters from I think it was Marvel vs. Capcom 3. The characters in there that were DLC, they were already on the disc, but they were charging you for it. Like
That's
that's
crazy, dude.
yeah.
That's
It,
greedy, dude.
it's not the same, man. Like you said, gaming's not the same like it used to be.
Nah, dude. Like, cause it's all about money now. And the one of the things I hate the most is the mainstream that gaming went mainstream, bro.
Yeah.
Because before it was mainstream, that's when people made passion games,
Mm-hmm.
quality games, because it's something that they wanted to make. Now all these developers and stuff are just in it for a paycheck. You
Yep.
know what I mean? Like
To
they're
please the
not.
shareholders.
Yeah.
And I feel like the new Nintendo boss, right? He's not Iwata. Iwata was a gamer. And
Yeah.
if you look at everything he did, it's like he didn't follow the crowd. He wanted to make fun games. And to this day, like it was one thing why I always loved Nintendo games because they're always fun, regardless of what they are. Their first party games were always fun, anything from Kirby to Smash to Mario to Zelda. Even Pikmin was fun, and they were very chill games. But I feel like the new Nintendo, it's not that.
Well, dude, like Iwata was also a genius, dude.
Yeah.
Like he's the one, so he made a compression system to be able to fit the Pokemon games on those cartridges, especially like Gold and Silver. Like he literally made like a
Ah,
compression system to
Algorithm
be
to like
to have because you know how those games have 16
mm-hmm.
badges or whatever. Like he made the compression to fit it on the cartridge.
Yeah, that is true. I mean,
Yeah,
he
he was doing on top of being a gamer, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like he's been through it all, but this
yeah,
new dude's just trash.
yeah. I mean, my the biggest thing that got me was when he took a pay cut for the 3DS, I think it was, and the Wii U, because the 3DS in the beginning wasn't selling. So instead of laying off people and stuff like that, he decided to take a pay cut, and he kept everybody there. And he said it was his fault. I was like, no CEO will ever say that. Like
No, dude.
this dude was the man. He huge props to him. He took care of his people, and I think that everybody, he's missed in the industry. I like that one year when he did pass away, the Game Awards to do like a good tribute to him. Because he deserves it. A lot of stuff. He was a passionate gamer, and it kind of sucks. Like the closest thing we got to that right now is like Phil Spencer, but he's still not Iwata.
Part of the most evil organization in the world, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, the
exactly.
most money hungry organization in the world, bro. Like they realize that you need words, so instead of making you buy it one time, I'm gonna make you buy it every year.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, they're up there with Adobe, man. Adobe,
yeah, yeah, dude.
they
It's
they.
all of them.
That's why with Adobe, I mean, off topic there, but like I try to find like alternatives, right? Like I'm not using Photoshop, I use Pixelmator instead because it's just like Photoshop, but it's a one-time purchase. You buy it once and you're good to go. Um, but yeah, off topic there. So, so going into our last topic, what are we most excited for, or what are we hoping for in 2023? I'll go first just to kind of get so you guys can understand what I'm talking about. Like the stuff that I'm hoping to see in 2023 are, starting off, let's say with like I hope I see Metroid Prime, right? Like some type of Metroid Prime news, because I feel like it's been way too long that they announced Metroid Prime 4. And even if you give us just a small update and announce like a Metroid Prime HD, I'll be happy. But
yeah, just like a recollection re-release.
yeah, like something like that. Like that's one of the things I'm hoping to see. But I'm also hoping to see some people go back to like their roots, right? Like I'm hoping Sony brings back stuff like Legend of the Dragoon, or goes back to like what made Sony great. Versus, I get it, like everybody loves Naughty Dog and Sony Santa Monica and stuff like that, but like their Japan studios had a lot of great games. I hope they go back to that and look for those like partnerships. Square Enix, I'm hoping they continue on this Japanese run of bringing back old IPs, remastering them or whatever, to see what has interest. And I'm hoping for Mega Man. I want a new Mega Man. So what about you guys? What are you guys hoping for?
That all the games that are supposed to be good don't suck. That's about it, bro. Because I have very low standards nowadays, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, like I'm just like there's been so many disappointments in the like recent years with games that
Yeah.
it's just like I don't really expect anything.
Yeah.
Like if you don't expect anything, you'll always be satisfied. So the only thing I expect is the games that I am excited for are gonna be like good. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, and then like the indie scene keeps doing what it does. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
pretty much my hopes for 2023. And maybe Microsoft, stepping up a little bit and announcing more games. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Or actually like not delivering on games, not announcing games. They did enough on that.
They've announced
Yeah,
plenty of games. I was gonna say.
yeah.
It's just they
So
haven't
like,
they haven't delivered any. There hasn't been any game they announced that came out 2 years
yeah,
ago.
literally, dude.
Yeah.
Because like you said, they did that. Oh, everything you see is gonna come on 12 months. Like, all
Hmm.
right, like
We'll
there's been
see.
zero. Like, yeah, like of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly. That's true. It's half a year already, and none of those
yep.
games no, none of those
So you
games have
tell
came out. Like it's
so
crazy.
from now to June, they have to release all those games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In order to keep their promise, pretty much, or July, like whatever. Like, so
So
yeah,
so you're hoping Starfield comes out in 2023?
yeah, I do. I hope it comes out. Like, cause like I really I'm excited for that game, but I feel it in my spirit
Yeah.
that it's gonna be bad. Like I just like there's just something in me that's like, yo, the game's not gonna be good, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
So you just want like just announce it, just release it. I'm like
yeah,
you've teased it enough. Just let me enjoy the like badness of the game,
The
whether it's good or bad.
yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. Like because like when a game like so the thing is with game delays, it goes one of two ways. It's either the best thing ever made or they kept delaying it because they weren't ready and eventually they have to push out a product. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like so like Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk got delayed, years and it still ended up being bad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, that's true. Like I agree with you. Like when I saw I know a lot of people are excited for, Starfield, but I don't have high hopes for Starfield. Like it's rare. Like I'm excited for Final Fantasy 16, but that's because I know Yoshi P's work, and and I trust him. Um but it's like Starfield. I mean, and it might be some biases too, because like I couldn't get into Skyrim. I tried getting into Fallout. Like I couldn't get into any of those games, so there's a little bit of bias there for me. But just seeing the game, like I want a sci-fi shooter. Like I feel like the last good sci-fi shooter, or maybe the last sci-fi shooter in general, was Mass Effect 3, right? Since then, there hasn't been any other sci-fi game that I can think of that I've been really interested in. And Star Wars doesn't
there's
count.
there's a few. If you're into Soulsborne games, there's this game called The Surge,
I've heard
and
of
I
it.
guess it's
Yeah,
kind of like sci-fi. Um, but I don't. It's not really a shooter. I guess it's more like a hack and slash. So I get what you're saying.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe Doom Eternal.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
Yeah,
Doom is kind of
like,
south sci-fi, but more I'm looking more something like
but I get
Mass
what you're
Effect.
saying.
Yeah. And I
Uh,
Yeah,
and I haven't seen anything like that.
Well, I mean, Mech Warrior is coming out, so
Yeah.
What is?
or no, Armored Core. That's right,
Oh yeah,
Armored Core is
Armor
coming
Core.
out. So,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, Armor Core is coming out. I'm excited for that. Armor Core. You know, I used to play a lot PS2 days, and loved it. But
Yeah.
yeah, like Starfield, it doesn't have my interest. Like it has to convince me, and so far it hasn't convinced me because it just
It
reminds
has
me of
it.
No Man's Sky.
I just want it to come out because if they make the game how it's supposed to be, to where it's just like you're pretty much like in space and you can choose to be like a good guy or bad guy, you know what I mean? You have your own ship and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's if they pretty much make it like a Fallout or Skyrim in space and they do it well, I think it'll be good. But like the mechanics that they show just look so bad, bro. Like it just looks like so bad.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Like,
What about
and with Bethesda, they're notorious for having really bad bugs on release.
yeah.
So there's also that to consider when it does release.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know,
true.
man. I'm about to just exclusively just play Fortnite, dude. It doesn't crash on me. It's kind of fun. Like it's
Yeah.
colorful. Like you know what I mean? Like it has everything you could want,
I
dude.
told you it was fun. Like David was the same way, and I was playing with my cousin and my son the other day. He's like, "Hey, let me hop on one match." I was like, "Sure." As after we're done with the match, I was like, "Hey, you want to go again?" He's like, and he went and readied up, and then next thing you know, like 10 matches later, he was still in.
Yeah.
But like it's more fun. I think it's different from Warzone. Like I love Warzone, but it's a little bit like it's more arcadey. So I can see like the appeal to Fortnite, and I have fun with it. It's arcadey. You get your Spider-Man skin. You dress up your character so he can be like my character is like he has Wolverine claws, but he has like Spider-Man outfit, and he has like the
Yeah.
two like nunchucks or whatever in the back, like like those are it's pretty cool. But yeah, fan, what are you excited for? Or what are you hoping for? I mean, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm hoping I get a raise so I can afford all these games that are coming out. Is the
That
main
too.
thing.
That's true.
It's just so many games are coming out, and I just don't know how I can afford it all or have the time to play them all. So I'm planning my PTO strategically to be on the day of game releases, so I can just spend one whole day playing
Yep.
some of them.
It's a good
I'm with you
idea.
on there. I'm looking to take the 20th off and stream 12 hours of Fire Emblem.
Oh, I'm trying to get the May 15th off so I can play Tears of the Kingdom and just do like a 12-hour run.
Yes, Tears of the Kingdom. I'm gonna have to.
Oh, that's what we should do, bro. We
Yeah.
should do a dual stream
Oh yeah. I
on
gotta
Tears
figure
of
that
Kingdom
out. That'd
mode.
actually be great because we can have both streams up at the same time.
Yeah,
That would be interesting.
right. We should figure that out to do it because we could do it for more games too, like
Yeah.
dual streams on release.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to figure it out, see how that works. Cause fun thing, I want to run a relay with you guys. And we'll have a relay race of like you start with one game, you beat like for example, let's say like you start with Super Mario Brothers, you beat the first level, and then you transition to a new game, you beat the first level, and then you transition to a new game. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That seems kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
that's
was
a good
thinking to do
one.
that, see who can get by the fastest. And it'll be games like, a little bit easier games, right? I'm not gonna be like play Dark Souls and beat the first boss, right?
No,
Because
you
like
totally should. You totally should, bro. 'Cause that's a real test of might, bro.
yeah.
Have that as the last part. You know what I mean? Like the last level, beat the first boss in Dark
Yeah.
Souls. But
But
the thing is, we have to
Still
set a
can't even
timer
beat the
out.
second boss of
Yeah.
Dark Souls. So I don't know what you're talking about, man.
But yeah, I've been thinking about that like sometime next year because, like I said, I have a huge 2023 calendar like in my head lineup, and I've been jotting down ideas of just some fun streams to do. That are just not your normal game
I mean,
streaming
they
stuff.
have
So,
randomizers. They've got a game that like transitions from Metroid to Link to the Past.
yeah,
So there's a lot of things you could do. But
Yeah.
the relay things actually that sounds interesting.
yeah, it'll be nice to have. And then, and that's actually another reason why I'm trying to find out how to have multiple screens on. So like, you guys could like let's say both be showing your screen, and we can see who's the fastest and stuff like that. So I'm definitely gonna be looking into that because we got some exciting stuff for 2023 planned, and I want to get this stuff
Or
taken
we
off.
could meet up in person and set it up too.
That is true.
Yeah.
One of these days.
That is true.
Like a
'Cause
physical LAN.
Or like do like a LAN.
I was gonna say, can you do like multiple capture cards?
I don't know. I think you should, because every time I go to like Halo tournaments and stuff,
Yeah.
they have like switch between like screens, like on the big screen.
Yeah, that's
So they would
true.
need a
Yeah.
way to do that. You know what I mean? I assume it's a capture
Oh,
card.
Yeah.
Elgato used to have a camera capture card that captures multiple HDMI inputs, but
Mhm.
they don't sell it anymore. So you have to find something that does something similar.
Yeah. I'll look into it. We'll figure it out. Definitely.
Because there are streamers. There's a group of guys called the Toasty Bros that are PC builders,
Yeah.
and they do a one stream a month where they do group streams, and there's
Mm.
four of them. So you see all four of their computers.
Hmm.
So there has to be a way of doing it.
Yeah, there has to. And they're not in person, right? They're like
No, they're physically
they're
in the same
physically
building.
okay,
Yeah, they're
gotcha.
physical in the same building.
Because
But
yeah, I watched another stream that they did something similar and they were able to capture their game footage, but like one person lives in the UK and the other person doesn't. So it's like, they definitely there's a way for sure. Just gotta look for it. But yeah, anything else, fan?
no, that's really it for me right now. I mean, I'm excited to see what comes around, since I'm more excited the indie scene for sure than the triple A titles are coming, except for
Yeah.
just Tears of the Kingdom. But that's really about it for me.
Sounds good. Well, here's to a good 2023. I hope for a more fun year. And it's gonna be interesting to see because we already know what to expect in the first half, but the second half is kind of just quiet. Like we don't know anything about that, so it's gonna be interesting to figure out what's going on.
E3 comes up back this year.
Yes, I'm excited about that.
So
Like I'm probably yeah, I'm looking to take that whole week off so we can go ahead and cover that whole week.
yeah,
Have
we can go, bro.
live
let's go to
streams and
E3,
all
bro.
that. Yeah,
Let's
that'll be
start.
nice
Let's start a
too. Yeah,
GoFundMe, bro. Let's start a
exactly.
GoFundMe.
We could start that at the beginning of the year. Yeah. Yeah, here's hoping though to a good 2023. I'm excited and hopefully we can get back with gaming. And actually, probably one of the things I'm gonna do the most is check out a lot more indie games because I think they just have that, I don't know, that charm to it that's missing, I feel, in a lot of games nowadays.
Same, dude.
Yeah.
After I beat the AAA games I'm gonna play, I think I'm gonna take a break and do like more indie games. There's
Yeah.
there's this Metroidvania game I bought on Steam because it looked good. It's called Ender Lilies. I don't know
I've
if you've
heard
seen
about
that.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really good. I'm probably gonna give that a shot whenever I'm done with like
Yeah.
Persona.
Yeah, you got also Axiom Verge 2 is free on PS Plus starting Sunday, I think, or Monday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't have PS Plus.
Yeah, that Jedi Fallen Order and something else, Fallout 76 or something like that. Yeah, Fallout 76 is free.
Oh, we could play Fallout 76 on a group stream.
That's true. We can try that out. I haven't tried it yet, so.
Yeah, I'm good, bro. like,
Well, I want to try that game. What did I say? What was it called? Darkest Dungeon, right? The one that I sent you in Discord.
oh, yeah. What was it called? I can't remember. That comes out like at the end of the year. So it's gonna be a long time waiting for that one.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
I will say Sons of the Forest comes out this year too, and it looks really good.
What is that?
It's the game The Forest,
Oh, but like a
but
sequel.
it's the sequel. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think they got like a lot more funding for it because The Forest did so good. So I think it's like a more polished Forest.
We'll have to look into that and see.
So that's 4-player co-op too, but it's horror survival. It's like Minecraft with crazy people running around.
Huh. Yeah, I might have to look into that and see.
Interesting. Okay.
All right.
I've been actually looking about picking up a VR headset and start doing some of that stuff, but
I would want to. Well, the only thing I really want to play in VR is Resident Evil 4. That's it. But that's stuck on the Meta Quest. But I think
I'm not buying that.
Yeah, me neither. But I think the PS VR 2 is gonna have Resident Evil 4 and Village in VR. So I would like to try that. But
yeah,
I believe that's everything we have for today. So to end out the year strong, we are gonna play video game 20 questions real quick. We did skip it last week because we were running low on time, and we are kind of short on time too. So we could do a quick round of this. So yeah, let's let the games begin.
all right.
hey.
I feel like I feel like the best method is to narrow down the year than the console.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's
was it?
what what we've
Yeah,
been doing has been working. So let's just keep doing
yeah,
that.
pretty good. Did it come out before 2000?
No.
Okay, so did it come out after 2010?
Yes.
Okay,
What we
so
get
it's
12
13,
years.
12 years, yeah. So trying to think. Should we try to narrow the time a little more? Like try after like 2015? Yeah. Did it come out after 2015?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, so it's a fair. So that means it's
It's
on
definitely not a
either.
handheld.
Yeah. I mean, it could be on Steam Deck.
Yeah, but
He's gonna
then
use
that
that as
would
a
be like a
technicality.
PC. Yeah.
Technically, like it
Yeah.
is a handheld because I played it on Steam Deck.
Yeah, that's more of a PC at that point,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean, do we want to ask if it's a cross-platform game where it's on multiple platforms?
Yeah. Is it a cross-platform?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm.
Is
So
it? I wonder if it's an indie title because he talked about indie games.
what? Maybe. What if it's Chained Echoes?
I mean, is Chain Echoes an indie game? Like, is it from an indie developer?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is.
Yeah. Hide in plain sight, bro. Like I'm gonna talk about Chain Echoes the
Yeah.
whole street, so we'll never guess it. Like
Well,
he's
is
laughing, bro. Like yeah. What?
is it from an indie developer?
No, not really. No.
Okay. All right. So that
Yeah,
knocks that out.
yeah,
So it's not Messenger. It's not Chain of Echoes.
yeah.
It's okay.
Cross-platform. Should we narrow down like the, um,
Genre.
yeah,
Yeah.
genre
Cause
probably help out. It's a cross-platform,
yeah. So that basically means it's on Switch, Xbox,
right?
PlayStation. So.
So that's kind of tough. I guess we'd have to go with genres.
Yeah.
Is it a RPG?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we only had to waste one question on that one. Okay,
I wonder if it's a
so
Square Enix game because
we
they've been
can.
coming out
I
a lot
mean,
of
the best
RPG
next thing is
games.
to ask studios. Probably,
Yeah.
You can ask if it's a Square Enix game because they do make a lot of RPGs. They do be
Yeah.
making RPGs.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
And they have been cross platforms.
Is it developed by Square Enix?
No.
Oh, David's not here to help, bro.
I know.
Like,
Definitely use this help.
um, let me see. So it's not Square Enix and it's an RPG and it's cross-platform. It came out after 2015. That's so many games, dude. That's so many games, dude.
Is it all? Is it also on mobile?
um, I mean, technically, yes. I guess define what you mean by mobile.
Like on like the Apple Store and Play Store. Like I can play it on my iPhone or an Android phone or an iPad.
It is not on the App Store or Play Store. No.
Okay. So it has to be through one of those like Game Pass or something like that. Okay.
It's something he can play on a Steam Deck then.
Yeah.
Because that's what I think he was getting at. Like define
That
mobile.
or through
Yeah.
Game Pass, like
Yeah.
or like XPlay or whatever,
Cloud
whatever it's
streaming,
called.
yeah.
Yeah, cloud streaming.
So I think
Okay.
it'd have to be pretty recent.
Okay. The reason why I asked because I was thinking it was Genshin Impact.
That would have been a good one.
That would have been a good one. Because Tencent is not an indie developer, so or not. Who is it? Is it Mio or whatever they're called now?
Well,
but
he
they're
said
owned
it's
by
not an
Tencent.
indie developer.
I know, but Mio's not an indie developer, and they're owned by Tencent. So it's like,
Oh,
yeah.
right.
That's why I was thinking Genshin, because I'm like, it's technically not an indie developer.
What?
Okay.
How many questions do we have left?
Yeah, where are
We
we at?
have 10 questions and a guess left.
Okay.
Okay, we're doing good. I feel like we haven't really gotten anywhere, but we're doing good on questions. Like it's not narrow at all. It's still very broad. We got it to JRPG, or I
Yeah.
mean RPG.
RPG that's cross-platform. So I'm trying to think of what other RPG games are platform, because
A
we've got
lot.
because if you got Star Ocean, um,
Is it a From Software game?
No.
and then what was was Tactics Ogre? Like that's cross-platform too, right? Because that's on Nintendo and on you can get
PC
on
and
Steam and
PlayStation. Yep.
PlayStation.
But he said it's with tactics. Yeah, I guess tactics games. But that's a Square Enix game, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. No, was it? That might have been.
I think that's a Square Enix game.
Hmm.
20.
I'm trying to remember what
Should
other
we
RPG
try?
games.
Should we try to like narrow the time frame again?
Why do you want to say like 2020?
Yeah,
Okay.
because yeah, did it come out after 2020?
Hold on. Yes.
Dang,
Yeah,
so it's 2 years old.
2
So
years
brand
old.
new,
Something that
brand
came
new.
out recently, and it's RPG. All right.
Actually, hold on. No, it did not come out after 2020.
Okay.
Okay, so
So it's
still
between
2015 to
2015 to 2020.
2020.
Mm.
What it with The Witcher? The Witcher came out in 2015 or 2016. Like it's cross-platform, it's
Yeah.
RPG, and it's by a big developer.
Do you want to see it? So you want to ask if it's made by a CD Project?
Yeah, is it made by CD Projekt Red?
Yes.
Ah. um. So there's multiple games that. Oh, I
Well,
guess
when did Cyberpunk come out?
March or no, it was like April or May of 2020.
Okay, so then yeah, I just want to make sure he
Yeah.
was gonna try and pull that one.
Is it part of the Witcher franchise?
No.
Oh,
Okay. So
wait.
what
Oh,
other
so
game?
they make the card games, dude, like the Gwent and like
Yeah, but
the
that's still considered Gwent as part of the Witcher
oh, true.
franchise. Yeah.
What do they make?
When did Red Dead Redemption 2 come out?
Well, he said it's by CD Projekt Red.
Didn't they make Red Dead?
No, it's Rockstar.
Oh, that's Rockstar. Okay. But
Yeah.
what other game did they make?
What other game do they make except the Witcher series?
I mean, don't all I know is that in Cyberpunk.
It's not part of the Witcher series. Yeah, so isn't that the only two games that they made?
Is there a TV show based on the game? Is there a Netflix series based on the game?
Yes.
So
I'm
if
just
it's not The Witcher, it has to be Cyberpunk, right?
yeah, that came out in 2020.
Yeah.
Is it part?
But we asked if it came after 2020. So is he using that language as a technicality?
I don't know because I know it came out during lockdown. Cause I was trying to play it. Like,
Man.
I guess we can ask if it's part of the Cyberpunk universe because it's technically a universe now. Yeah. Is it part of the Cyberpunk universe?
Yes.
Yeah, so it has to be.
Yeah. Is the game Cyberpunk 2077?
Yes, it is. Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, so it
You
released.
choose, yeah, you were using that technicality, weren't you?
Yes, because you asked did it come out after this
See,
2020, and I said
Yeah.
no.
That
See?
threw me off. I was like, "What? They made another game, bro? I was like, since when?"
Yeah, so Cyberpunk originally released December 10th, 2020. So yeah, that's what I was saying. Like yes, but I was like no, and that's why I went back like no. Um, to make it harder, yeah, I am gonna take whatever you say literally. So if you say after
Yeah.
2020, the answer would be no, right? Um, one of the things though that they had me guessing when you said an indie developer, I'm like they're technically like even though they make AAA games, they're not part of like a big like development firm or anything like that. So like it's kind of hard to put them, but I guess you would not consider them an indie developer.
If they make AAA games, they can't be indie
Yeah,
because you can't make AAA games
that's true. I mean, they
like
make
as an
big
indie.
budget
Yeah,
games. Maybe AAA is not the right word, but big
yeah.
budget games, right?
Well, no. They Witcher 3 is AAA game,
Yeah,
like 100%.
yeah,
Like so with Cyberpunk, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah. I feel like Cyberpunk was made like AAA because Witcher 3 success, right?
yeah.
Um, I don't know.
Well, no,
I would
because
personally call them like
Witcher
double
2,
A because they're like
Witcher
that.
2 had huge success. Like after Witcher 2, they started getting like a cult
They
following.
did. It got more popular with Witcher 2 because they improved the gameplay a lot from Witcher 1.
That
But yeah, when you asked for the App Store, the mobile, I was like, yeah, technically, because you can play it through like GeForce Now, previously
yeah.
Stadia, stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, technically it's on mobile. So if you ask that, right, I'm gonna take it literally. If you say mobile, it'll be like yes, like that's why I tell you define what you mean by mobile, real quick. So just to make it harder, because I feel like I've been making it too easy for you guys to guess it. So I'm gonna start going technical with that.
Okay.
But yeah, awesome job. I thought I was gonna stomp you this time too, making it something so simple and easy that you guys weren't gonna get. Oh
Yeah,
well.
the way I got there wasn't even through that. I was just thinking of RPGs that came out. Like
Yeah. Oh man, nice job, nice job. Great way to close out the year with another win there. Um, but yeah,
reigning champs.
that's all we have for you today. Appreciate everybody for joining us. Don't forget to go ahead and like and subscribe to us on YouTube. And also follow us on Twitch and subscribe to us on Twitch. Remember, if you do have Amazon Prime, we do get a free subscription with that. You do have to do it through the browser though. You can't do it through the mobile app because if you try to do it through the mobile app, it will ask you to pay like the $5. But if you do it through the browser, it's free. There's a little checkbox. You just click on that. It'll say like use your Prime subscription. And yeah, that helps us out. Helps us with funding us with the games that we gotta get because 2023 is gonna be a crazy year. There's a bunch of stuff that's coming out, a bunch of games coming out, even hardware. You got like PSVR 2 coming out, and who knows what else we can expect in 2023. A lot of stuff there. We do have a bunch of great content that we're planning for you to come out in 2023. Hopefully by the end of January, we will have a video of a video game store that's actually near us that we can go ahead and do that video there. I think it's gonna be pretty fun. We're gonna try to get together and do that, and hoping next Sunday, right? Yeah, I believe next Sunday we should have a special guest there. And it'll be our first random encounter of the year. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. Fan, where can I catch you at?
As always, you can catch me on Twitch and YouTube at FanXY.
Yeah. What about you, Mike? Where can I catch you at?
Right here, man. Right here. I live and breathe it.
Yeah. And then me, as always, you can catch me here. Don't forget to go ahead and watch Mike's video. He does still have the December game list, even though we're pretty much at the end of December now. But he does
But you
have the
can get
December game list out.
a good recap too.
Yeah, it's a good recap to take a look, just in case if you missed something in December. We will have his January game list video up tomorrow, so definitely stay tuned for that. There's some surprises there. Highly recommend watching this video. It's honestly a good monthly video to watch. Every month watch that video because there's a lot of hidden gems there, games you might not have been interested in or not even heard of, just appear on that list. So it's pretty crazy. Highly recommend watching that. Also, check out our Instagram. We haven't posted much on there, but yeah, we're definitely gonna start posting more of that. More YouTube shorts. We'll try to, we're gonna be a lot more active on social media coming in this next year because, we just got a lot of stuff planned for you, and I know we're gonna have an awesome 2023 there. Yeah, as always, we'll be back on Wednesday for my solo stream. So I'll be streaming my solo stream Wednesday, and just stay tuned. Thursday for Mike. Friday we'll have our group stream, and then Sunday we're back with the podcast. Have a happy new year, and we'll see you next time.
See the sky above. I'll be waiting.
All